Hey, this is Kenny from Kenny's Audiophile Record Reviews. Thank you very much for my channel. Please like and subscribe if you're new to my channel. I really appreciate that. In this video, I'm going to give a review and an assessment of the Patricia Barber companion album. As of the posting of this video, it's going to be released in a couple of days as of the posting date of this video. It's up for pre-order right now. I believe it's approximately $130. Mine was sent to me as a free promo copy from Elusive Disc Impex Records, and for those who are responsible for getting this record to me, I sincerely appreciate it. Thank you very much. And that will not affect my review of this record. I'm pretty honest in my reviews. I think that's the way to go in life. Honesty is the name of the game as far as I'm concerned. You check all the boxes when you're 100% honest in life. Like I said, this one was is going to be issued on Impex Records. Patricia Barber's companion album. It's on 2 LP set, 45 RPM set. Processed using VR900 vinyl. That's excellent vinyl. Have some experience with that. Mastered by Bernie Grunman from the original analog mixed down tapes. This is a deluxe package which includes a 12-page booklet, limited to 5,000 copies. Now, as you see, my copy does not have the numbered edition on it. Now, I'm going to show you some examples of some Impex records with the number edition on it. This does not, because it's a promo copy, but this is an example of her, this is Cafe Blue. And you can see the numbered sticker on it. And the same thing for her. Impex does these for their one-step records. This is their nightclub record. And you can see the limited numbered sticker on that set. But like I said, I'm going to talk about this. I don't have a version of this set to compare it to, so I'm going to tell you what I hear on my system and give my score. I'm going to give my score at the end of this video of the packaging, the performance, and the sound. But like I said, I'm not comparing it to anything because this is the only version I have. But I will tell you, report to you what I hear. I'm going to show you the cover. This is like a glossy type cover, really high quality. The cover really is very sturdy, very well constructed, very well made cover. I think this is a Stoughton cover, I believe. And this was pressed at RTI. They're thanking everybody at Stoughton Printing and RTI. So the Stoughton cover, very well made cover. Show you the inside of the gatefold and the song listing. If I did not mention this, if you hear that sound above, that's from my ceiling fan. If you can hear it, I apologize. That's the song listing right there. So on one side, you have one record, and like I said, this is pressed on VR900 vinyl. And my record arrived very clean, very flat, played very well. So on one side, you have one record. On the opposite side, it's a record here on this side, and a record here on the opposite side. And I'll show you the other side of the gatefold as well. And in the middle of the cover is a booklet. Now this booklet was very well made, and the pictures on here, I mean, this is made of paper, but it's almost like photo quality paper. Not exactly, but it's very close. Some of these pictures in here, like photo quality. Very well made, very well conceived very well planned booklet with some nice pictures in it. So props for Impex for going, you know, the extra mile on the packaging and the booklet. Like I said, if I can remember, I'm going to give a score of the packaging as well at the end of the video. I love Patricia Barber. Before I get into the assessment of this record, I love Patricia Barber because she stays in her lane. She really does. She's not trying to be, Sarah Vaughan. She's not trying to be Chris Connor. Amazing singer, by the way. She stays in her lane. She's not trying to be Ella Fitzgerald. And she's not trying to be one of the queens of jazz, June Christie. Patricia Barber is uniquely Patricia Barber, and she does an amazing job with her performances on the records that I have. And also I'm going to do a comparison real quick of the size of this box set, compare it in contrast. Let's say this Analog Productions Acoustic Sounds, Miles Davis UHQR. Now keep in mind, both of them are 2 LP sets, and I'm going to show you the size difference. A lot of people dislike or do not like the size of the UHQR box sets by Analog Productions. I love them to death. I think they're beautiful. They're almost like pieces of art. But a lot of people like the smaller, minimalist sizes of boxes like this. So props for Impex Records for making a compact box for the record set. I'm going to show you in relation to this to a MoFi box. It's almost similar size to the newer MoFi boxes in terms of size. They're very similar in size. Maybe the MoFi is about the same size. Video is not doing it justice, but they're approximately the same size. MoFi scaled down their boxes as well. Like I said, a lot of people don't like the bigger boxes, but I don't mind. But getting to their performance on this record, and she was very ambitious with the song selections on this record, in my opinion, because she took iconic pop songs, you know, and tried to move them into the jazz realm. And I'm going to get to whether she was successful with that or not. But one of the pop songs is The Beat Goes On by Sonny and Cher. Now, when I think of that song, The Beat Goes On, I think of Sonny and Cher. I think of that as the iconic, the well-known, the definitive version of The Beat Goes On, and nobody can touch it. There are certain songs where you have the iconic, legendary song, and then everything else. You have the iconic, legendary song and everything else. And this is one case where that's true. Patricia Barber did, like I said, The Beat Goes On by Sonny and Cher. She also did Bill Withers' Use Me. And she attempts to take those songs from the pop and R&B realm and transfer them to the jazz realm. And I must say, she was highly successful in doing that. I think her version of those two songs belong in the everything else category, not the legendary transcendent category like Sonny and Cher, but the everything else category, with this exception. She's on the upper echelon of the everything else category, in my opinion, on her performance of The Beat Goes On and Use Me. The Beat Goes On, there's this great bass line in the song, and Patricia Barber's vocal performance is just fabulous. And it's a slow, mellow groove that's easy to dig and get into. And it displays fabulously in a three-dimensional sound space. And oh, by the way, the turntable that I used 2 turntables for this listen. The first night when I listened to this record, I used a Rega P8 turntable. That's a belt drive turntable with a Apheta 3 cartridge. And then the following day, which is a recording of this video, I use my direct drive turntable, Technics SP-15 turntable with a Hana ML cartridge. My phono stage is a Whest, that's Whest 0.20 phono stage. All the rest of my equipment is listed, at least most of it, not all of it, is listed in the description below. Check it out. My speakers are quite tall, so a lot of the instruments, instrumentations, vocals project up in a huge, tall sound stage. It's very tall, and it creates an amazing listening experience. And this record did not disappoint in that regard. But the song, The Beat Goes On, like she took it and transferred it over to a slow, mellow, soulful groove. That's fabulous to listen to. It really is. And the arrangements and the play by the musicians on that song, The Beat Goes On, and especially the bass line, is just spectacular. And the song Use Me, there's a bass solo at the beginning of the song that on my system, because my speakers are so tall, it projects very high. And you can hear the detail of the strumming of the bass very exceedingly clear on that song. It's just, I listened to that song several times, and just for the bass, and it's so clear on my system, on my speakers with the turntables that I'm using and my amps and everything. It's so clear in that three-dimensional sound space as that bass almost like floats up in that sound space. And the instruments and the the performances on that song are just simply spectacular, especially the bass solo. Like I said, you can hear the fine details of all the instruments on that song, and also The Beat Goes On. This record overall is very clear in terms of the sound. It really is, and it represents the frequency spectrum exceedingly well. The upper range, the middle frequencies, and the bass very, very well. The upper frequencies meaning like a cymbal hit, a percussion sound. The bass frequency obviously is the bass, and it represents all that frequency spectrum exceptionally well. This was a very well put together and mix album. I think this originally came out in 1999, and this is a reissue by Impex Records. There's another song, You Are My Sunshine. I have an emotional attachment to that song because my wife, out of the blue, throughout our relationship, we can just be sitting in the kitchen or sitting in the living room, and she'll sing a few verses of that song to me, and it means a lot to me because of it. And Patricia Barber took that song, and she took a minimalist approach that maximized the potential of that song in a fantabulous way. And that is the best version of that song I've ever heard, You Are My Sunshine, performed by Patricia Barber. And her vocals are they're just on point. Some things in life are just on point, and they just get it right. And she got it right, You Are My Sunshine, her performance on that song. There's another song called Like JT. That has a funky, soulful jazz vibe and groove to it. It's to the point where when you listen to the song, you can't sit still. You're going to be like moving and grooving to that song. And it's a type of song, if I were to introduce somebody to jazz, I might pick something like that. If I were to introduce somebody to jazz, the first record I would choose is Miles Davis' Bitches Brew. But if I would pick like one song, this song, Like JT, has a funky vibe and groove to it that's infectious. And you can hear that in the audience's response to that song, how they were like, at points, they were like into that song. It's this amazing song to vibe and groove to. And like I said, you can hear the detail and the energy of the audience. It's just a joy to listen to that song. I don't care what type of music you like. Jazz, pop, progressive rock, metal. That song is easy to vibe and groove to. Spectacular performance by Patricia Barber and her crew. And it sounds fabulous, again, on a three-dimensional sound space. This album does a spectacular job of maximizing the stereo sound space from speaker to speaker, a little bit beyond on both directions. It does a spectacular job of maximizing that space. A lot of stereo recordings do not do that, but this one does. Another song called, what's another name? So What, I believe. Miles Davis's version of So What, and Patricia Barber's wordless vocals. Yeah, So What. That's another spectacular performed and arranged and beautifully sounding song. The wordless vocals. She reminded me just a little bit, but not quite of Flora Purim in terms of her vocal performance, her vocal style on that song. Maybe just a tiny bit. That is a spectacular song on this album, Patricia Barber, the song So What. The last song is another song, another cover, and it is Black Magic Woman with Patricia Barber. Again, her vocals were on point, and the solos, the drum solo near the end, nothing short of spectacular. How would I rate this song, this album? First of all, I'm going to rate the box set. The box set on a scale of 1 to 10. This box set by Impex Records, in terms of the quality of the box, the quality of the cover, the quality of the pressing, the quality of the booklet, it gets a 10. I'd give it 11, but I have to stop it at 10. This is they did a great job of putting this box set together, as well as those other Impex box sets that I have. Now, the performance, it was great. It was fabulously arranged, fabulously performed. All musicians, like I said, were on point in terms of their performances throughout this 2-record set. And the vocals were good by Patricia Barber. Like I said, she does a great job of staying in her lane and not, going off track. Her performance was spectacular. So were the musicians. I give the performance a 9. Not a 10, but a 9. The sound, however, is a different story. The sound, like I said previously, they did a spectacular job of representing the higher end frequencies, the mid frequencies, and the bass frequencies spectacularly well. A great job by Bernie Grunman on this reissue and Impex Records, because Impex Records has to sign off on this sound. The depth, dimension, and soundstage, which I always mention in my videos, it was very detailed. I was really taken aback by the detail, and that's what I like in these records. I like to hear the detail. I like to hear instruments and the realism of the instruments, and how close they sound to real instruments. I've been to jazz clubs before. I've been seeing live performances before, so I know what I'm listening for. And this one is spectacular in terms of the sound. Is it the best sounding record I've ever heard? No, it's not. But it's actually quite good. It's exceptional. I would give the sound a 9.5. So in summary, the performance a 9. The box set by Impex Record in terms of overall quality, overall presentation, gets a 10. I give 11, but I'm capping it at 10. The sound a 9.5. Like I said, performance a 9. Now, this is a $130 box set, so it may not be for everybody. I was going to buy this set, and then I got notification they were going to send it to me. I was going to buy it like in a couple of months from now. Was not going to buy it now, because after all, as you saw early in the video, I have the 2 other Patricia Barber sets as well from Impex Records. 2 I paid for. One they sent me a promo copy of a record they already had, but thank you for that anyway. But yeah, this $130 box set, would I spend $130 on it? Yes, I would, if I was a huge Patricia Barber fan, audiophile, and vinyl lover. If you love Patricia Barber, and if you love this record, I'd highly recommend it. There's some other, for those of you who do not want to spend $130 on this set, there's some CDs that you can purchase. I don't know what vinyl sources were out there on this set. I don't. I know Impex Records makes a gold CD. I think it's approximately $35. That's something I'm going to buy in a couple of months because I want that gold CD to play on my CD player. So I'm actually going to purchase the gold CD in a couple of months by Impex Records. Like I said, I think it's like $35. But if you're a Patricia Barber fan and you're an audiophile and you have a good stereo setup, like I said, what I hear in my system might differ from what you hear in your system. A lot of these listening tests are system dependent. Your system might be far superior to mine, so it might yield different results from mine. Same in the opposite direction. If your system is not as good as mine, you will get different results as well. If you use a different turntable, different cartridge, different phono preamp, so the results may vary. I'm just telling you what I heard on my system to my ears using the equipment I have. Like I said, the equipment I have will be listed in the description below. But there was this sportscaster in the greater Los Angeles area when I was younger. His name was Gil Stratton, and he used to say at the beginning of his newscast or sportscast, I call them as I see them. Well, I call them as I hear them. And what I heard on this record, Patricia Barber One Step, companion record, I think it's fantastic and worth the price of admission. If you have this record in a different form or format, please leave your comments in the comment section below in terms of her performance. I think it's great. Thank you very much for viewing my video. Please like and subscribe. Leave your comments in the comment section below. Thank you for viewing my video. God bless, strong love, and please keep the peace worldwide.